Hey everybody, welcome to Fit Tip Tuesday. Today what I want to do is answer another question I got regarding the shoulder. I think I'm going to probably do this topic for a couple more weeks because I got a lot of questions about shoulder adjustments from last week's Fit Tip Tuesday. If you missed that video, I showed 3 different pattern adjustments that you could make to your back top pattern piece if your neckline is falling to the back. And one of the adjustments that I showed was how to adjust the back pieces or the back piece if you have a forward shoulder joint. And what that does to your pattern or to your garment is if your shoulder joint is forward, then you need more length in the back, which could cause the neckline to pull down. And I did not address what to do in the front. So today I want to show you how to adjust your front shoulder in like this area of your top pattern piece to correspond with what I showed last week in the back. So basically what I've got here is a front pattern piece, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some guidelines. So the first guideline I'm going to draw is, let's pretend there's a notch here. I forgot to, add notches to these little half scales. So I'm going to draw a guideline from the tip of the shoulder at the neckline to, right above that front notch on the armhole. And then I'm going to make a second guideline from the tip of the shoulder down to the first guideline, like that. Now the whole point of this adjustment is if we needed extra fabric in the back to reach the shoulder seam, it's likely you'll need less fabric here. You might notice it feeling loose, or your front neckline might be a little bit baggy. What we're going to do is we're going to shorten this distance, and it's a really easy adjustment. My pivot points are going to be on the shoulder, and I'm going to slash through the armhole. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pivot here, and I'm going to slash through the armhole, and then I'm also going to slash up to the tip of the shoulder here and create a pivot. Okay, so now that I have all of that, it's really easy to make this adjustment. Basically, what I want to do is I want to shorten this area, and to do that, I'm going to pull down the armhole, or the top part. I can pull it down, and for this half scale, I'm overlapping approximately a 1/4 inch, but on a full-size pattern, you can pull it down and overlap the amount you need. A 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. I'm keeping my armhole aligned with, in alignment, and it's causing this slash to open up a little bit. It opens up a little bit there. I've overlapped it here. Okay, and because this is all attached, pulling it down here also overlapped it here. So let me just show you. This is what the overlap is. So I've gotten rid of all of this fabric, or paper in this case, and I've opened it up there. So to complete this, all I have to do is fill in this little space here. Okay, and then tape down all of my slashes. Okay, so now what we have is less length right here, and doing this adjustment also affects the slope of the shoulder a little bit. So let me I'm going to cut out the top of a second one of these so I can show you the difference. Let's just compare it to the original pattern. I'm going to stick the original pattern behind it, and I just want to show you what happened when we did this adjustment is by pulling this down internally within the pattern, we essentially just change the slope of the shoulder and trim some off here. Typically, when you have a forward shoulder joint, the shoulder seam itself is sloping forward to meet the shoulder because it's sitting in front of the neck. And if you missed last week's Fit Tip Tuesday, check out the back adjustment because it extends the shoulder in the back to meet it. This is very typical. And you can also see that, the pattern did, a little bit of extra length is added, to the armhole to meet that tip of the shoulder as well. Keep in mind, because we trimmed or shortened the front armhole, you're also going to have to remove some of the sleeve cap in the front. During last week's Fit Tip Tuesday, when I showed how to lengthen the shoulder in the back for a forward ball of the shoulder, I also showed you how to adjust the sleeve cap. In this case, we'd have to remove some of the length of the sleeve cap in the front. And I think, let me just quickly draw a little sleeve cap here. And we have our back notch and our front notch. Okay, I'm going to draw a horizontal slash line. And instead of slashing all the way through, because if you shorten the front like I showed today and lengthened it like I showed last week, one way that you can adjust the sleeve in one step is to create a pivot in the middle. So I'm going to kind of leave a little pivot in the middle. And you can just pivot it in the middle like this. And so what you're doing is you're shortening the front cap and you're lengthening the back. And that way you won't have to readjust the notch for your shoulder seam. I'll just pop a piece of tape there. Okay, so this is where I overlapped. Okay, and you can see where I added length. So that's how you adjust your sleeve cap for shortening. We shortened the front armhole when we sloped the shoulder and took that in, and then, like I said, check out last week's Fit Tip Tuesday on how to lengthen the back, and then you'll have the complete adjustment. If you have any questions about adjusting your pattern pieces for a forward shoulder joint, please, post your comments below. I will help you. I hope you enjoyed this quick Fit Tip Tuesday, and I will see you Friday for another FabFit Friday, which I'm super excited about because I'm using my lightweight embroidery designs to create a statement sleeve on my raglan sleeve top. So I hope you'll join me for that at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon.